Boo. Alright, first time, just to give a bit of an update as well, too, for one. Where do I begin for one? Because I know, I've been having much time, to take care of some gameplay videos about this and that, whatnot. Also using my other glasses because they fucking broke. And I do have some things to say as well, too. For one, I got myself, some work, some pretty exhausting stuff as well, too, doing some, well, let's just call it warehouse maintenance for one. And going around doing this and that, whatnot. It's, exhausting. But on the bright side, it's actually pretty interesting as well, too. A little bit different than what the other jobs I've been doing before. And I know as well, too, that I'm going to say a bit of a a bit of a video as well, too, explaining my work experience and what I can share and whatnot. But the thing is, well, too, is not only that, well, too. I'm basically at the end of my contract per se. I have no idea. What the hell's gonna be for the time later on, well, too. But even though, I really, really wish I had some time to sit around, play some games or whatnot. But I'm just being really, really constrained on time right now, per se. And what else? Adulting, is not what I expect to be at all. But hey, it's not like I'm complaining that's a bad thing or whatnot. It actually is pretty interesting or whatnot. But one thing, that kind of gets me the most. How much time has it passed, Technology does have been advanced, a lot recently, whatnot, but not so many important ways, that it should have been and whatnot. You know what I mean? Now, what I'm saying is that, that it's been over, for how long as well, too, has it been? I don't know. But picture this. Ever since 20 years ago, or even 30 years ago, we're still using practically the same technology for one. What I'm saying as well, too, is that some things can be quite complicated from time to time, but, just gotta bite the bullet, or in a more fair term, or in a more fair way, to bite the pillow. Another thing is, well, too, is that I'll be moving out to another place and whatnot, and so, that's basically gonna gobble up all my time, available and not. But the catch is, it's not that, it's not gobbling up all my time and whatnot. The problem is that the place that I'm gonna move out, it's moving out, some much more bigger place. That's a valid reason as to why. But of course, at the same time, it's gonna be, bigger rent. But doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter where you go, there's always gonna be some bullshit to deal with. And one of them I'm actually dealing with right now, that also gets in the way of right now. Because even this place that I am right now, when I first stepped in, there has been, some drama as well, too, as of recently. I'm not gonna say names, but from what I heard, the previous tenant of this place here, had to go to court for not paying the rent time, whatnot. But not only, one rent. Let's say like a lot of rent, that have been accumulating over time. So, but they go to court. Guess what? They lose the court. And out of sheer and desperate anger, they take a hammer and they go full-on caveman on the walls, on the appliances, on the floor. Thankfully not the ceiling. But anyways, oh yeah, even the tiles too. That those were they would have to replaceable too. Because what I remember when the first time I was here, even the contract too had to, cut off with the grinder or whatnot through the little, the little stones in between. Yeah, that was the one. That was had to cut off. We did also manage to find a few irregularities here and there, like for one of the wooden boards, that were supposed to be below, like the floor, you know. It's supposed, to be like at least, let's say, one solid piece per se, right? Especially for tiles. Because it doesn't matter. I mean, you just walk around, and over time, there's going to be that fine line of cracked tiles below your feet. And it's also going to add up, all the little small piece of stone and whatnot. Doesn't matter. I mean, if you try your best to fix it, because it will not fix it. But on the other hand, we're jumping onto the present. I just really, really wished. I mean, I could honestly just, get things done as soon as possible, not because. I mean, even get tend to some things, which I know I've been neglecting and whatnot, and I've been seeing the effects of it as of recently. You think you can trick me, huh? You think I'll let you down? You think I'm bad? Yeah. Well, no. But anyways, I mean, now what I was gonna say as well too about one thing, that kind of gets in the way of a lot of things is that it wasn't. I mean, the new place that I'm going in has also, let's say, it's not necessarily, let's say, someone that went caveman. Well, it was someone that went actually Kyle mode per se. I mean, for a bit of context, well, too. I mean, the Kyle would be the one that drinks a lot of monster energy, loves to punch drywalls, and is overly edgy as hell, as far as I can tell, per se. Not really I mean, too much on the specific details of it, because and it depends. I mean, many people not. But back to the topic, so too. The motherfucker smashed up, the walls, here, there, here, everywhere. And also, actually, I took the time as well too, that me, the landlord, and some of the contractor guy, I mean, we go out over there, and actually get to learn over a few things and whatnot. I mean, getting to know how to patch up drywalls and whatnot. Learning, just getting some cupboards fixed up, some minor things here and there, whatnot. Installing the fire alarm, I mean, that's one thing I did. I even tested this old-ass fire extinguisher all the way from 2008. We're in 2020. Do the math. And you'll see, that piece of shit doesn't even work at all. I did test, outside and whatnot, but it don't last for about 5 seconds. But anyways, as well too, I mean, another thing is, I mean, that we started about at the very last moment of daylight, the very edge of daylight. And what else? The very edge of daylight, and they've cut off the electricity. So therefore, I mean, the electricity is, there's no light, at least for the flick of a button, there's no light. And what else? Yeah, they were at the brink of daylight, so yeah, it got dark pretty fast, and so the landlord, since it's his property as well too, he find a way to make a little workaround for some light. And so we kind of got ourselves, the contractor and myself and even the landlords all too to get some things fixed up, or at least the first touches to it. Not only that all too, but the house itself is it's pretty fucking old as well too. And not only in one of the many problems about that old houses is that people, back then, they're pretty smaller than compared to what people are nowadays. Myself, I mean, I'm pretty much a giant, and I swear, I mean, you gotta be I mean, I gotta be careful around, when I walk around those. Otherwise, I'm banging my head on whatever ledge there is, whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a shitty situation, you know. The landlord and whatnot, and that's some house that he just freshly got out and whatnot. Sure, he's also trying his best. I mean, he tried to going after the guy, smashed up, to make him pay for all the damage because construction material and all that stuff, it's not cheap at all. Even the old doors will do that. He has to replace each door will be about $100 minimum per se, depending on the maker or whatnot. But the thing is, I mean, it gets even worse when it goes to basements. Sure, I mean, the basement's a basement, but the thing is, the place definitely is a bit of a tidying up and whatnot. I don't know, I mean, I'll just say a lot over there. I mean, mainly, down there would have been used more for, just the basic laundry stuff, like washing machine, drying machine, that's pretty much it. But holy shit, the other guy, he, how can I say, he did store in a lot of junk over the years, or the time he's been in there. The fucking dust I had to breathe in with all those plastic bags, to just take off and whatnot. It was pretty nasty and whatnot. And even so, it's just too gross to even remember. But there was a freaking dead rat on the floor. Smashed up as well too. If my detective skills are kicking in correctly, then that was the alternative ending for Ratatouille. At the same time as well too, it really, really makes you think as well too, right? On a couple of things here and there and here. And just how much more work I'm gonna have to put in and whatnot, because it's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's definitely gonna be a pain in the ass. But it has to be done. I mean, like I said, gotta bite the bullet, whatnot. But anyways, at the same time, I mean, I just really gotta rest up for now, because I mean, just to follow the same routine, even though I much prefer to work either evening shifts or overnights. If I have to go out on a morning shift, it doesn't matter, because one thing I learned as well too, but kind of keep this to fall by heart as well too. Every time you get yourself a more any job, any shift or whatnot, be it for morning shifts, always wake up 2 hours before the shift. That should give you plenty of time for you to wake up, make breakfast, get ready and go. At least that's what I think so far, because my first job, oh boy, when the first shift always started at 6 in the morning, but 6 in the morning is the time I was waking up. Kind of feel bad. I disappointed my boss back then. That was the worst. He did a lot for me, and yet I'm let him down. How dare I be such a shitty person? But at the same time as well too, you can't improve if there's nothing to improve on. But again, yeah. Honestly, I mean, I don't know, how well I know things are gonna go in time, whatnot, but at the same time, I'll get it all fixed up over time, whatnot. Hopefully don't get myself some more privacy, per se. And whatnot. Because especially whatnot, I mean, if you don't have yourself got a very stable, solid job with the experience that your employers require you to go to all sorts of jobs and whatnot. Because for one, think of it this way. I wanted my best to go to welding. auto mechanics or stuff like that, right? But guess what? The best I've gotten so far was warehousing. I mean, sure beats food production that I've worked on for quite a little bit. Warehousing is much more my kind of style per se. Upset. I mean, it's not my kind of dream for fuck's sake. And upset, it's kind of not really my dream job and whatnot. But who am I to complain, huh? Beggars can be choosers. Therefore, it is as it is, and I just gotta keep on going till things, just manage to get themselves their own way and whatnot, yeah? Anyways, I just, hope, that over time, things manage to get themselves pretty, well, sorted out, per se, I, for one, I mean, for the channel, one of my goals, for one is, be able to play VR games, per se, yeah? How does that sound? Some VR games, huh? I know you'd love some if I ever could, and, if my specs were up to par with the demands and whatnot. Not to mention, well, too, that even the equipment themselves is pretty expensive, too. I never really, just managed to fiddle that around too much, with VR. The only most experience I have with VR, is just for a little arcade. But that's enough rambling for now. Hope to see you guys next time, and until then, and hopefully it'll be in much better condition than just what's going on so far. But sorry, for the silence and whatnot. That's not like much of a choice, Beggars can't be choosers.